Alright, what's up, guys? So, today I'm going to give my analysis for Cineworld Group, a stock that I recently purchased, and I do believe in some serious gains potential for this stock. So, right now I'm sitting at 680 shares of Cineworld Group. I bought it like 2 days ago. I'm already down 25%. That's why I knew to start at a small amount. I only had like less than $90 in on this shit. So that if it went to zero, I lose $90. I've lost a lot more. I think my total losses on Robinhood, I actually don't know offhand, but it's a pretty good amount. It is $4,472, down 38% all time. It's not even close to the lowest I've been. Lowest I've been was like $6,200. Fun. So yeah, let's go back to Cineworld though, because I'm really good at making money, obviously. So you guys should definitely listen to what I have to say. But yeah, I know Cineworld. They just announced they're filing for bankruptcy. In the United States, they're known as Regal Cinema. So you've definitely been to one of their theaters before. Where I used to live, Regal was the only game in town. So I really don't have actually a lot of experience in an AMC theater. Regal is my childhood. So I do kind of have a personal connection to this stock and to this company. They've created so many memories for me throughout the years, even though it's really just been the movie, but the theater is where the movie plays. So they're kind of a part of that. But yeah, I just felt like, you know what? I think this is a really good opportunity. Even though it's down, I bought like at almost 13 cents. I'm like, you know what? It can't get much lower than this because I'll actually look at the 3-month chart. 3 months ago, it was trading at $1.20. It's down over 90% over the past 3 months, and over the past year, it's down even more. It was like $2, $3 just a year ago today. $3. And let's look at the 5-year chart. I actually don't think the stock was traded. Oh no, it was traded like 3-ish years ago. Its initial price was $10.26. If it ever goes back to that price, I'm not saying it will, because I'm not a financial advisor, and I honestly don't know exactly where it's going to go. But if it did go back to $10, that would be 100x return. And I do think it's possible, especially if Cineworld rebounds. I think that there's a good chance that it does, because look, people say, oh, the theaters are dead and this and that. Fact of the matter is, a lot of the theaters, a lot of the movies that have been coming out in theaters have been making crazy amounts of money in the box office that most people thought like it was unattainable. Like, for example, Spider-Man No Way Home generated over $1 billion at the box office. That's one example. And then you have Thor, which, you know, was kind of a mid movie. Like, it wasn't really that good. It wasn't bad either. Like, I'm not trying to say that it sucked, but that movie got over $700 million. Doctor Strange got somewhere, I think, like $800 million. I don't know exactly, but it's been like, the Marvel movies have done great. Top Gun Maverick, I think, went somewhere near $1 billion. Like, all these movies that are coming out are actually doing really good. They're doing really good. And, you know, people keep talking about, oh, but streaming, you know, that's what's going on right now. Like, streaming is killing the movie industry, and there's nothing that these companies can do to adapt to the current market, whether we're talking about Cineworld, whether we're talking about AMC, Cinemark. But I hardly disagree with that, because the fact of the matter is, these studios, when we're talking about Disney, when we're talking about any of these companies, they have the theatrical release, and yes, they release it a few months later on Disney Plus, and you could argue that, you know, maybe the box office sales would be a little bit higher if they didn't do that. But at the end of the day, Disney is going to do what's best for them as a company, and that includes the theater industry thriving. That includes high sales at the box office, because they can't really make a fraction of the money that they would make. You know, because these movies have like $200-300 million a piece. When we're talking about the Marvel movies, and the Star Wars movies obviously have a similar budget. So when we're talking about these big budget Disney films, they can't make 2 to 3 $300 million films. And, you know, they have Pixar also, remember that. It's not sustainable to spend over, you know, $1 billion maybe even more. But that's like the minimum, $1 billion for films each year, like production, and not have a box office release. We need to have a box office to sustain the movie industry. We just need it. It needs to continue, and it's been proven that people still want to go to the theaters. So, with all that in mind, with the movies, doing pretty well in the box office over the past year. I know 2021 was abysmal, actually, like, the first half, but second half of 2021, things were starting to rebound. Like, most of these movies have actually done well. The reason why Regal is going bankrupt or filing for bankruptcy is because they've accrued so much debt over the COVID period. They did make some bad decisions before COVID. I'm not trying to say like, oh, COVID really was like 80% of the woes that Cineworld is facing right now has to do with the government literally saying you cannot be open, you cannot stay in business because it's illegal or whatever the hell with these goddamn COVID lockdowns they had for so long. So that really is the main thing. They accrued debt before, but now like their debt is because they could not exist for almost a year. They couldn't exist, and they had like limited capacity when they were open. So that really is what's going down to it. I know I'm sure some AMC shills are going to go into the chat and the comment section saying, "Oh, but AMC, they're not filing for bankruptcy." First of all, you don't know, they might still file for bankruptcy at some point. Like, it's not like, oh, AMC is out of this. They're not. But the only reason why Cineworld is doing worse than AMC, or the main reason, is because the AMC stock was memed to shit, and it pumped so much capital into AMC that they were able to sustain themselves for much longer than Cineworld, which did not enjoy such a spike in their stock, and so all this investment. So here we are, we're about a little bit less than 10 cents. I think that we're gonna see AMC on steroids with Cineworld, okay? I think people are gonna look at this price. They're gonna see, I bought in at 12 cents, but 9 cents maybe even goes down further, 8 cents, 7 cents, whatever the price is. Keep in mind that Cineworld stock is still worth more than one Dogecoin. Just wanted to put that out there. But the thing is, people are going to be tempted by the penny stock, by the cheap ass price where you can literally get 100 shares for very minimal money. Like, it's just so tempting. I'll tell you one thing. I was really addicted to penny stocks back in 2021. That's actually where I lost a lot of my money. Cryptocurrency came later, of course. But, yeah, those penny stocks, they really are addicting. Especially in a bear market when the prices are so low. They're so low. Less than $100, $90 at 13 cents gave me 680 shares. You know how easy it would be for me right now? It would probably be like $35 or something like that to get to 1,000. To get 1,000 shares of Cineworld. And all in all, I would spend like just $120, $130. Actually, like $120 in total. And I'd have 1,000 shares. So I think a lot of people are going to see that also. With AMC, it started to pump up at like what? Because that stock took a shit too. I mean, I don't know if it was quite 90%. Actually, I'll pull it up just, so you guys can compare AMC to the situation with Regal right now. So we're at the 5-year chart. Obviously, they didn't do so well with COVID. Let's see, the height of their stock price in the past 5 years, it was $13, and then it was tanking before COVID even happened. It lost 50% price, and it kept tanking and tanking. Look at that. It went $13.57 to $5.97, and then it kept going, and then COVID just fucked them. But think about that. Look at that. $4.51, and it went down to $1.44. It was pretty much a 90% loss. Okay, so it did go down 90%, but most of the losses were actually happening before COVID even happened. You could say the same thing for Cineworld as well. But what happened? You had these fucking apes that came out of nowhere, and they hyped it up. They hyped the stock up, even though there were no fundamentals that said that AMC was like doing well financially, but it was the hope and the dream that one day AMC would recover, and it's just people like the stock taking on a life of its own. So, and then it reached incredible heights. I'm still mad at myself. I bought in at like $11. Actually, I remember the price. It was like $65 was the height, but Robinhood, like when you look at the 5-year chart, it's not as accurate for some reason. Like it doesn't show you the highest price that it hit. Stupid, but even if it was just $37, still 355% returns. Nice, very nice. But it was much higher than that, of course. So it was really like 700% return. And people are still hoping about AMC. And then you got the whole ape thing, the preferred equity, which I'm not going to talk about because this video is about Cineworld. But point is, the movie theater companies weren't doing well before COVID hit. That is true. But, it really took a real shit during COVID, and that really is what just, like, fucked them up bad. But the fact of the matter is there's still demand. People still want to go see movies. They still want to go to the theaters. They still want that experience. It's not like, people just don't care anymore. That narrative has no basis in reality. It just doesn't. So I just wanted to put that out there. But, yeah, so, yes, it's down 97% over the past year. But AMC was down like 90% over a pretty short period of time, like a few years. So I think it's very much possible that we can see an AMC-like experience with Cineworld, especially with the 9 cents price. I know I'm not really giving you any fundamentals here. I'm not really saying like, oh yeah, Cineworld has this plan. They're going to recover from bankruptcy and do this and this and that. But I do think there's going to be a huge rally. I actually started a community on Reddit. I'll actually show it to you guys. I don't really have a whole lot going on with it because I just started it, but just to get the word out there. Reddit.com/CNWGY. I actually have a Reddit community. And this is my Reddit community that has 2 members. I am one of those members. And I, made a little post saying, I just bought 400 shares. And, of course, I ended up buying more than that. I actually got a comment from someone that bought 1,200 shares. So we do have something going on here. So if you guys do want to buy some shares of Cineworld and you want, join a community, I do have that subreddit available. If we can grow the community even more, I might even start a Discord server. But yeah, it's very, very, I think I'm very excited about this stock, and, I really do believe in the potential of Cineworld. Almost as much as I do believe in ETC, to be honest with you guys. ETC is my main thing, you guys know. Ethereum Classic, I just, want to get that out there too, in case you guys are new to the channel. Ethereum Classic, I think, oh my god, like September 19th, around that time, I think like in 3 weeks' time, we are going to reach prices that you never thought were possible with Ethereum Classic, and also Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum is higher than ETC. But yeah, 12% dip in one day. It's very painful, but if you only have $80 invested or $90, whatever it was, it's not that painful, especially considering the pain that you've endured over the years. You tend to take this in stride after a long period of time. Like it doesn't really bother you. If this shit goes down to like, my portfolio is worth 7,300. If I wake up tomorrow and it's 5,000, I'm gonna go about my day. I'm not gonna think much differently about my strategy and my investing, because the thing about the cryptocurrency market, the thing about the stock market, especially during a bear period, it is volatile as fuck. That's just something that you need to understand, that money lost today is not money that you have lost forever. Like, if you're down an incredible amount that you just did not think was possible, and if you thought that it was going to, obviously you wouldn't have invested, but you just need to keep holding on. And I think Cineworld is going to be a huge opportunity. I do think we're going to have like a 50x moonshot at the minimum. I think we're going to get that. Like, we're not going to, will we get to $10? I don't know, but $5 is definitely very, very possible. I think, people talk about Dogecoin one day going to like $5. I think the likelihood of Cineworld going above $1 and reaching $2, $3, $5, $10 is much more possible than it is with Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is, it's a fun meme, but compared to other cryptocurrencies, doesn't really have a whole lot of potential. In Cineworld, you could say the same thing because it's going bankrupt, but again, the end is not, like, the thing with bankruptcy, it's not the final nail in the coffin. They have time to restructure. It's not the end of the world. They're not even firing any employees. They're continuing business as usual, and I think there is a good chance that they can rebound from it, especially if they keep gaining momentum from those incredible box office sales from the Marvel movies, from other movies. Avatar's coming out. Avatar 2's coming out at the end of the year. That's going to be big. Like, there's so many movies, and they can do creative things. Like, AMC did a thing where they had Grease in theaters, that movie from the 70s, and it actually worked out well for them. They've done that in the past, but they're really, like, trying to get creative with their theaters, and like, with having old movies, throwback movies playing, because people love the theater experience. It's not something that people are always going to want to have. So at the end of the day, I'm very bullish on Cineworld Group. It might not look good. I mean, 97% drop, that's pretty insane. But at the end of the day, stocks like this, opportunities like this, these are the types of opportunities where you do have that huge drop off, and you do have that incredibly low price, where it really is your best opportunity to have a 50-time, 100-time return on your investment. Because I think it's very possible with Cineworld, and I think it's not so possible when we're talking about other stuff. Like these blue chip stocks. Oh yeah, you might 20 times your investment in 35 years or 40 years when it's time for retirement. I don't want to retire when I'm 70. I want to retire when I'm 30. So, this is my first step to getting there. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to buy some more. Definitely going to buy some more in the future. I'm going to probably triple down on my investment. I want to have, like, probably at least 2,000 shares. I think that's the minimum I want to have. And especially as ETC goes up and Ethereum goes up after the merge, I'm going to have a lot of playing money. Oh, yeah. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, that's the one thing, my next investment, my next big investment after those coins skyrocket is going to be Cineworld Group. So yeah, it's something I'm going to keep my eye on. Actually, I got one of my coworkers at work to buy. I think he has like 200 or 300, so I'm getting the word out. I'm going to tell everyone, go to Regal Cinemas in the United States. I don't even think there's a Regal Cinema near where I live, but I have to look that up. Honestly, I haven't been to a movie theater in a minute. I think the last time I went to one was the Sopranos movie, which was kind of a disappointment, but, definitely got to get back into it. Anyway, yeah, someone who hasn't been to a theater in a year is saying, buy this movie theater stock. Totally legit. Not a pump and dump. Well, if I dump it, I'll tell you when I'm dumping it. I'm not just going to, like, get rid of it and then not tell you guys, like, yeah, I'm selling at this price, you should sell. Like, I would totally say, like, yeah, I'm selling, I think you guys should sell. Like, I would totally be like, I'm not, like, just trying to dump it and screw people over. I'm pretty sure the SEC would have a word with me if I was doing something like that, but I'm not about that anyway. Actually, since I brought this up, I know I keep going on a tangent, but it is kind of funny. I'm just going to say it. And, hey, the special coworker, if you made it to the end of this video, you're going to love this, because I'm going to mention you again, and this is a pretty fucking funny story. Regards to Ethereum Classic, actually. My Ethereum Classic, I have 150 ETC. I'm down, $500, $5,600 investment, 70% of my portfolio. That's my big play, my very big play. I think we're going to get like $350, $400, $500 ETC in the not too distant future. But he was telling me, this coworker of mine, he's got a lot of ETC also. I think ETC is like 90% of his portfolio. Every move that I make, he copies me. He copies me. Every single investment he does this, even though I'm not like a successful investor, I'm down $4,400. But he believes in my convictions so much. He really, like, because I'm so confident about these cryptocurrencies and with these stocks, he also bought Cineworld, which is funny. But ETC, I'm like, yeah, I sold all my Dogecoin, I sold all my Litecoin, I sold all my Bitcoin Cash, and dumped most of it into Ethereum Classic, some of it into Ethereum, and he bought. After I said that, he sold all of his Dogecoin and bought Ethereum Classic as well, which is funny. But point is, he was like, yeah, dude, if you sell your stock, like, I mean, if you sell your ETC and do not tell me, like, you don't get me in on that, like, if you don't inform me that you sold and then the price crashes, I'm totally gonna meet you outside and beat the shit out of you. And I don't even think he was completely joking, so yeah, I gotta watch out for myself. But no, he's a cool dude, and we're both gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna make a lot more money than him because he only has like 20 ETC. I have 150, so you know, I'm definitely a much higher, you know, potential with returns. But whatever, he's still along for the ride. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Cineworld stock. If you're going to buy, if you're going to sell, what are your moves with Cineworld? Are you shorting it? Honestly, don't think there's much left to short out of this thing. It's down. I don't think it's going to get much lower than this, personally. I mean, who knows? It could be, like, even lower than 1 cent. It could be, like, 0.000000001 cent. Anything's possible. But I don't think it's going to get much lower. I think there's going to be a rally at some point very soon, and we're going to get... It's going to be... AMC is going to look like nothing compared to Cineworld. I truly believe that. Because with one movement comes another one that tries to replicate that. We saw that with Dogecoin, with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu was literally... Because Dogecoin pumped up, we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to create another coin that's pretty much useless, but... You know, it kind of, you know, Shiba Inu, it kind of runs off the Dogecoin brand, and we're just going to basically do a repeat performance of the Dogecoin spike, because Dogecoin was a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity. Well, we're going to do that shit again, and we're going to make a shit ton of money, and you had a lot of Shiba Inu millionaires. I think with AMC, you had a lot of AMC millionaires. You're going to have a lot of Cineworld millionaires. So, yeah, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. You just got to wait on it. So anyway, that's it. I don't even want to know how long this video was. I think it was like 20 minutes. Ouch. But I hope you guys, if you guys made it to the end, I hope you guys enjoyed every single minute of it, because, you know, it's some pretty good shit. So, alright guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.